Hello, welcome back to my Farming Valley walkthrough. Have been keeping myself busy working on things here in my little village that I'm making. As you can see, I've done a lot of sculpting of the ground. The area that I'm standing in right now, I'm going to do a little bit more sculpting here, but this will eventually be where I'll have my house. I plan to set up some storage drawers, have a place for my bed, things of that nature. So I wanted to go over a few things that have failed to mention previously. I mentioned in my last video that I've done some exploring beyond my home area. And one of the reasons I want to mention this again is because I forgot to mention last time I did this, up here to the northwest, I found a village. And I actually found quite a bit of useful stuff there. This building here, and I believe this one, there's two or three buildings up in here that are customized that come with the mod pack. And in each one, I found chests and other useful items that gave me nearly a full set of armor. I actually made the leggings for myself after I collected enough iron. But the iron chestplate, the iron helmet, and the iron boots, and the iron sword all came from chests up in that village. So it's definitely worthwhile to explore the world, look for those structures, and check for chests that might be in them. Now, something else that I wanted to mention, I don't have any on hand at the moment, but I mentioned previously that you get nests when you chop down trees. Let's see if I get any from this one here, which has a beehive next to it, so I gotta be careful here. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. I apologize if it is. Let's see, I don't think I got a nest out of that. No, I didn't. But one of the things I wanted to mention about that, the reason I'm mentioning it, is because I had previously thought that you only got those from vanilla Minecraft trees. I've since realized that they come from any tree. So they can come from the trees that come from biomes of plenty and natura as well. Definitely from the biomes of plenty trees. I can't guarantee the natura ones. All right. Now, one of the things that comes up in here, this is the main part of the quest. I've got 4 steps left here. There's a few more. Now, these are all, as it says, other things to do in no specific order, including some tips. And looking through here, one of the things that I would like to get is, first of all, to make a canteen, and then make a charcoal filter for it. So I have already gathered the supplies that I need to make them. I should have them. Actually, come to think of it, I think I may need charcoal. And it does specifically say charcoal. If you look at the filter, it does say charcoal. It does not look like coal would work. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some wood that I can spare. I only need 3. Actually, I would like 6. So let's do 6 of those. And we'll just toss this in here. Oops, I got some stone that I had gotten ready for future buildings. We'll put those in there. All right, now while that's working, I can show you how to make a canteen. I have not used one yet, so I don't know exactly how they work. Got an achievement for it though. But you can see it's dirty water in the canteen. All right, So you get three drinks out of it, and with it not filtered, you still get the dirty water, of course. So we'll just wait for this to give us one more piece of charcoal. Before I forget, the reason I wanted to do 6, I'm going to go ahead and show how to make a. You can also make a filtered bottle, a filtered water bottle. So we're going to go ahead and make some more paper here. Not sure if I have enough. Yeah, I'll have enough. So you just go like that. In fact, I just realized I have more than enough charcoal now that I think about it, because this gives you 3. So all you need to do... it needs to be filled. Okay, so we'll go do that. Oops, nighttime. I just remembered a couple more things that I got. Oh, it's raining. From that village up north, I also found a clock and a compass, which I kind of like having the clock on my hotbar, even though I've got the clock up here. It's just kind of a quicker visual aid for me, but I don't really need it. Alright, so we're going to fill this to get dirty water. And then we got a filtered water bottle. Now, I'm actually thinking that that might mean you have to do that every time, which may make this a little less convenient now that I think about it. But alright, now we have a filtered water canteen, so we'll test that out and see if you have to do that every time, or I'm guessing you probably do. But as I mentioned before, the negative effect that you get from drinking dirty water, it gives you a debuff, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't have any effect on you. You don't take any damage from it or anything of that nature. Alright, so we've got our filtered water and we've got a canteen now. So something else that I thought was worth mentioning is that I have found that trees will randomly grow after you harvest them. I've now had trees grow several times right in here, as well as down here by this beehive. And the one that grows down here is always a smaller tree, and the one that grows up there is always a bigger tree. So there seems to be something within a mod within the mod pack that causes trees to regrow, which can be convenient considering how much oak wood you need. Thinking of which, as you can see, I now have over 6,000 gold, so I'm now ready to build a general store. So that's going to be my main goal here, and I need 3 stacks of wood and 1 stack of stone. Now we're going to come up here and talk to Ulif. And go ahead and buy it. Alright, so now we have our general store, and you can see it's a big building. And it comes with 3 or 4 NPCs, new characters. So I'm going to come up here. I started working on this up here to clear an area, and I want to... I'm realizing now I made more than enough room. I wasn't sure how much room I would need. Let's go ahead and... I'm thinking about putting it this way. Let's see, where's my path over there? So it's kind of in line with the path. Now I want to actually, with that in mind, I'm going to make a path this way. Went a little far on right there, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to have the door line up with that path. So I'm not sure if that's far enough over on the right hand side, but what we can do is right click once to get a shadow, a ghost of it. Oh yes, that's perfect. So once you're sure you've got it in the right place, hold down the shift key and press the right key again. And we'll see if Ulif actually goes to work on the house, which he's building, which he should. Wondering if it's too far away. Okay. So, well, he says he is. There he goes. Now you're going to see something here as Ulif goes to work. You're not going to see anything on the surface. Now, as you can hear, as we get closer to him over the sound of the rain, you can hear him placing blocks. What is actually happening is the general store actually has a basement, so he is adding things under the ground that we can't see yet. But as he gets up to the surface, then we will start seeing the building come into life. Alright, so we're gonna redo that block really quick. Alright, so that's going to take time for him to build the general store. Something else that I wanted to mention is once you start adding buildings, like I saw this as soon as I added the carpenter, you will start seeing if things appear on the ground. There are logs, rocks, boulders, sticks. And of course now I'm not finding any. Let's look around to see if I can find one. Alright, well, they also seem to reappear, change overnight. So I will see one in a spot, and then the next day, after I've slept, it's gone away. And another one has appeared somewhere else. So I will keep an eye out for one and try to point it out to you. But they're pretty obvious. They are, usually just laying in the grass. But the reason I bring those up is because they are something that are added by a mod that eventually you will be able to harvest them using a special tool. So from the stone you will get, I don't know exactly what you'll get from them, if you get actual stone or if you get any ore out of them or anything like that. But the wood, the sticks, the logs that you'll see on the ground also should provide you with wood, oak wood, I would assume. Alright. I think I am going to go ahead and take a break here in the video until Ulif has finished building the general store, and then I can show you my next step is going to be purchasing new seeds and getting some new crops growing. So I will see you in a few moments. Okay, so Ulif is still working a bit on building the general store, but he's nearly finished. He's just adding some final touches. I thought I'd go ahead and get this video going again because I wanted to show something else that I've found is when you go to bed, your hunger bar will reset. But one thing that will happen is you do need food if you're doing a lot of things like watering the ground, your farm. You will get this fatigued effect, and you'll notice that you're really low on your hunger bar. So you can resolve this fatigue either by going to bed or by eating. So I'm going to go ahead, and you see it immediately goes away as soon as it goes back above the 3 hunger. And let's go ahead and finish this. And I know that I have a fairly large area set aside for farming, and I don't know if I'll actually need this much, but I tend to possibly go overboard a lot when I do things like this. So that's just me. All right, and I also wanted to show you, now that I have reset the time to the next day, I now have some of there's a medium branch, there's a medium rock. I also saw, I think it was called a stump over here. So these are the items that I was telling you about that will show up in the grass on the ground, that you will eventually get a tool that you can use to harvest these. If you can harvest them now, and if you wanted to, you could pick them up and they will show up just as they are on the ground, and you could maybe use them for decoration. But otherwise, if you don't pick them up, if you don't do anything to them, they will despawn. So there's no need to worry about cleaning them up or anything like that if you wanted to make them go away. All right, so we have Jenny's General Store, and let's see if he has actually finished. Yep, there's NPCs inside. Her hours are strange, but she is open on Saturday. She may be closed already. Let's take a look. Welcome to the general store. How may I help you? Okay, she is available. So, we have more turnip seeds, which is what we've been getting from Jade with flowers. We've also got cucumber seeds, wheat seeds, potato seeds, grass seeds, and industrial hemp seeds. Now, we've only got 2 days left in spring, so we want to avoid anything that's spring only. So that's going to be our turnips and cucumbers. But the wheat, the potatoes are spring only as well, but the wheat and the grass and the industrial hemp are all multiple seasons. And as far as I know, at this point at least, there's no further seeds available. Not sure if that's the hammer that you need to harvest those rocks and wood or not. Let's go ahead and buy 6 of the wheat seeds. I've got lots of gold, so I'm not going to run out anytime soon. And I don't know for sure what you get with the grass seeds, so let's buy 2 of those. And I'm not going to worry about the industrial hemp yet, even though I could afford to get 1. That's pretty pricey though, so I'm just going to hold off on that. But you can see she's got some other things here, like she's got some bread, chocolate, flour, cooking oil. So I assume at some point they will introduce you to cooking and making dishes beyond just raw meals, raw fruits and veggies, whatever. All right. So we're going to come down here and let's go ahead and plant the wheat seeds first. And these look exactly like the Minecraft default wheat. Oh, it looks like I'm off a little here. Oh well. And then we've got whoops, I planted that in the wrong place. Hold on. I think that didn't work anyways. Okay, let's try this again. All right. There we go. That's better. Okay, and the ground's already watered, so I don't need to worry about that. So we will see in a few days what I get from them. All right, trying to decide what to do next here. Let's take a look at our achievement book. Going back to here, we've got the general store. So our next goal is to build the animal ranch. And I don't know, I will say that this is as far as I've gotten when playing on my own. So from here on out, I'm going to be learning right along with you as you're watching. So it should be interesting. Let's go ahead and talk to Ulif and see what we need to get the other buildings. Apparently because it's Saturday, he is not open today. All right. Yes, that's exactly what I want. He says, I reckon you should get an animal ranch built so you can learn about cows and sheep, and that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's go ahead and reset the time. And we'll have to wait a bit for him to be available. Now I have gotten some food items from various sources. A bunch of this stuff I actually got in that village to the northwest. And I've been wondering if you can sell these. So I'm going to actually do some tests here and see what we can sell. I want to keep some of this for myself because I need to be able to eat occasionally. I don't need to eat all the time, but yes, you can sell regular items. So I'm just going to put a few in, kind of test here, see what we can. Okay, so you can't sell the mushrooms. Can sell those. I'm going to hang on to those though. All right, you can sell those. Cannot sell raw meat. I'm going to guess the same thing for fish. Oh, you can sell raw fish. Now, these pears and these peaches have actually dropped randomly from trees. So far, I haven't seen any pattern to what kind of trees they drop from. They just seem to be random drops, like you get saplings, although it does seem like they come more from the biomes of plenty saplings. So yes, you can sell those as well. And then what about complete meals? Yes, you can. All right. So that is good to know that you can sell those. I'm guessing you can't sell these. All right. So we'll just go ahead and put those back. I've also found these random weeds pop up, just like the branches and the stones that give an actual item, and I don't know if they don't seem to be used for anything. So I've just been, they don't seem to despawn. So I have been picking up a few of them. I'll have to check further and see if they actually do despawn or not. But I've just been putting them in my junk drawer, as I call it. And let's go ahead and take a quick tour of the general store to finish out this video. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked. I was gonna see how much I need to get the ranch. Okay, the animal ranch requires 100 wood, does not require any stone, but it does require 6,000 gold. The poultry farm is slightly cheaper, so I'll have to decide whether I want to go straight for the animal ranch or get the poultry farm first. But I was also going to point out here that he's got other items in here as well that are more decorative elements. And some of these I don't know, like for example, what the clipboard is for, what the printing press is for, things like that. But there's quite a few items in here that are more decorative in nature. So that's something to be aware of if you are into decorating your buildings. That's something you may want to look into. Okay, so let's go take a look at the general store. All right, so I like how they use the switches and trap doors as decorative elements. You've also got signs here with some writing on them for decorations. Jenny's wandering around. So in here we've got Johann. I have explored many biomes, in fact, plenty of them indeed. So it sounds like I'm going to guess he's does something related to the biomes of plenty. Why, hello, fellow human. I am a humble trader. If you have any eggs, milk, or wool, I'll happily trade my own from the vanilla world. So I'm not sure what that means, but we'll have to explore that as we go. But this is the main level. I've never actually seen Jenny or any other NPC back here behind the counter, but it still looks like a counter. And then we've got a basement. If we go down here, and there's Jenny again. And I like this. They've got this little grotto in here, and they've designed it so you can't actually get into it, but it's just this cute little grotto with some water, some flowers, and decorative elements. Oh yes, and there's chests down here. So we've got butter, bowl, and bone meal, sugar. So I'm guessing that these are all things that you'll be able to use at some point for making food. And for now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave them there. Just playing around. So you've got Jenny, Johann, and there's one more NPC up here, as well as a cake. Hello, cake. Oh, and a couple more. I'm going to go ahead and grab those. As far as I know, these chests do not refill themselves, unfortunately, but that would be neat if they did. And you got one more here. Her name is Candace. And she is apparently the village flirt. I will surely find myself someone. Well, hello there. Aren't you just the cutest? I'm Candace. Jenny downstairs is the owner here. I'm just a tenant. If you need anything, just go and see her. Every day except Wednesday and Sunday, 9 to 1700. She also opens on Saturdays from 11 to 1500. She told me to give you this. Oh, she gave you some cucumber seeds, which is nice, but I'm not going to plant them right now because spring is almost done. So I'll have to save those for next spring. And we do, if we come out here, it's just this little cute little porch back here. All right. So that is your general store with other occupants. So for my next video, I am going to work on getting enough wood and gold to get either the chicken coop or the animal ranch, either way. So thank you for joining me again, and I will see you I hope I'll see you in the next video. I do appreciate everybody that stops by to join me with this, and I would love it if you would click that upvote button for me, and I hope you will join me again for my next video.